Hello YouTube, so Triumph Guy here. Unfortunately, another video on the G-Wagon as requested. I will be doing a walk around on the Triumph at some point, but the weather, as you can see, is not looking very promising at the moment. So obviously I'm going to just do it on the G-Wagon. As you can see, the cover's on at the moment and the cat is on top. I wouldn't recommend having a cat on top of your car. But anyway, so I'm just going to go through a couple of points, maybe a slight buyer's guide for the UK. I also think this guide's quite important because a lot of Americans will ship these cars over and they won't see the car properly. So this is a 300 GD 460, and first of all I'm going to go around the exterior, then I'll show you around the interior, a quick little buyer's guide as well, and show you some bits and bobs on it, and then I'll start up, listen to the engine note and show you some other controls and the lights and all that. So let's get to it. So moving on to the exterior of the car, first thing, obviously you've got the big Mercedes badge at the front. You've also got these headlights, and with these headlights there's sort of like a sort of a rubbery sort of material, really hard, nice rubbery material, and you've got this nice curve here which you don't get on the new ones. This is quite an old school variant of how they look. Indicators, these can come obviously in a orange color or the clear color. I think the clear looks better, and on one of my previous videos I did explain about these screws. On the new ones they don't have these. The only reason they don't have the screws is because to pass some silly European tests. Obviously the car is a little bit dirty, and that's because I do use it as daily. It has been out today. Obviously the missus don't know how to put the wipers back to the original position. Mercedes badge is 3D, as you can see. It's a nice solid metal badge, which is really nice. You've also got the fog lights on the front. This is stuck on at the moment, but it does have 2 screw ports in here. I don't know if that's standard throughout the range, but it does at some point, because I do take this off-roading. This does fall off sometimes, so I will be screwing this on. In the front, you can see the radiator in the background, and in front you've got an intercooler. That's just on my car because I've got a turbo fitted, which I'll talk to you about later. Also got these nice wheel arches. Don't worry about them too much. These are quite easily replaced by these bolts here. And same again with this. This is nice and solid on this side, however on the other side it's fallen off. Underneath, lots of room to get in. Now it may look dirty, but actually that is a rust repellent on there. So the good thing about this car is you can really get in there and do these bits and bobs. Again with these, don't worry about little bits of rust. You can just brush it off and then treat it. However, any proper structurally rust, I would be quite concerned about it if I was looking at buying one of these. Indicators again. Another thing about these vehicles is they have the hinges on the outside, and same with the new ones, they again have these hinges from the outside, staying true to their heritage, which is really nice. You've got the 300 GD panel here, which is really cool, and you've got these mirrors. These are quite good because they are actually solid enough to be able to put caravan mirrors off the side. I have done this. You've also got this guttering, which goes all the way up and round. This is really good because you can attach a roof rack to it, and it also allows the water to run down and out without having to get water dripping on you when you open the door, which is quite nice. With mine, I've got this tiny little bit of rust here, which is a shame. However, it's soon. What I'm going to do is take that off, and I'll do a video on it, but I'll be doing that video on the Spitfire on how to do little paint repairs. You know, if you can't afford to take it to a body shop, I would recommend taking it to a body shop. However, I'm going to show you how to do it until you can get it to a body shop to stop this from getting any worse, but it's still nice and solid. Windscreen, nice flat windscreen. As you can see, the angle is quite high, so you know, you do feel some sort of wind resistance against it, and you do end up getting the cast of Bug's Life Dead on your windscreen. Moving around, got the nice solid door. You can't beat that G-Wagon, that sound. When you do close the door, grab the handle rather than push it, because you may bend the metal. Even though it is nice and solid, just always hold the handle because it does need a bit of force. Yeah, lovely sound. Also I've got the 3-door version, so with this you you get this nice sliding mirror. Wrong, you get this nice sliding window, and that slides all the way back, and it is quite a nice thing to have. I personally went for the 3-door one just so it looked a little bit older, and also so I can fit it in the driveway. Moving around, got these cool little vents here, and you've got a washer here to allow to wash the back window, and you've also got this windscreen wiper here. This is for a mounted telephone inside the car, so that's quite a cool thing to have. The fuel cap at the back. Good thing about this again is you can pretty much refill from any side. You can literally just park this in line with the pumps, and then you can fill up from any side. You've got some nice lights as well, solid bumpers, and the exhaust comes out onto the right hand side. It's got a working tow hook as well with a electrics, and that all seems to work fine. Fuel tank underneath there, and we've got the famous Mercedes-Benz wheel cover, which does need a bit of a clean. Moving on to the boot, you've got the locking device there, along with this handle, and even on the new G-Wagons they still have this nice panel here, which will either be which will match the interior location, which is a really nice thing. Also got the heaters for the rear glass in here, so it's a bit of a mess. I put the dog in here, but the reason I do put all this stuff in here is so that it doesn't mess up this nice colour carpet. This here is something from Amazon. I know it looks really crap, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it, but these seats do fold down as well. That's just to stop the dog from trashing my interior. Here though, I think this, I'm not 100%, but I'm sure this is used to get some sort of cage in here anyway. And then yeah, to flick the seats, you literally just pull this lever and another lever there. So moving over to the driver's side door, which is actually locked. So the key. Normally it takes 2 attempts because I often get turn it the wrong way first time. So again, looking inside, you've got the nice quilted section there, and that is the same on the new ones as well. It should match the interior. Another thing which is similar to the new ones is you've got this nice solid bar here, which is really nice. And yeah, it is fairly similar in some ways. I like the way that the G-Wagon's kept to its heritage, which is really nice. Again, sorry about the mess. I do drive this as a daily. So to bear in mind, that small tray down there, they are a little bit fragile. You will have to tighten them up if you start to hear them rattling a little bit. Also, if that's not the thing, then sometimes if there's something inside there that can cause it to rattle, and it makes a really annoying rattling sound. So you've got a lockable glove box. It's really nice. Yeah, it's really nice finished off. It's a little bit feels almost a little bit flimsy though, this, but it's nice. Moving on, you've got some sort of choke here, so in colder conditions you'll turn this and it'll allow the car to start easier. You've also got an air vent down there and an air vent down here. They will both run from here. You've also got these two here for demisting, and then these two here, these almost connect to the outside bit, which is there, and they will also work in conjunction with the heater fan as well, and you'll get some really nice cool air through there as well, which is nice. Hazard lights, believe it or not all classic cars have hazard lights. The Spitfire doesn't. I think that was just a bit of engineering. The Spitfire said, "Oh, car's really reliable, we don't need them." No, I'm only joking. But another good thing about these, to talk about these keep fit windows, is I just like the way they're really well finished off. A lot of cars will have these just as fully plastic, whereas this is a really nice, you know, metal with a bit of leather there. That's where you insert the key, obviously. Just talk about a few more controls. You've got the clock, you've got the lights, so you've got parking right, parking left. You've also got off, side lights, dipped, pull it out for fog, and we'll just have a quick look at them now so you can see them. There you go. So yeah, to deactivate the fog, just push it in and then we'll turn it off because that can drain the battery. Also, you've got this nice interior light here, which is really nice. You've also got one in the back as well by the boot. These flaps as well, really quite big. So you don't get, so obviously it gives you quite a lot of choice. Indicators, which I'm gonna have to turn the car on for, and I'll show you them. They from here they look cool, but from outside they look even better. At night they look fantastic. Differential lock, so you've got 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, high range, low range, and then you can individually lock the differentials here. Cigarette lighter, which is good for charging stuff. Ashtray, probably wouldn't bother using that in here because I love it, but yeah, useful. I use this for my tape deck. It means I can use my phone and listen to music. I can also use the voice control off my phone. You know, whatever phone you have, that they all have voice control on them pretty much now, so you can actually use that. It's like you've got voice control. You've got your back heaters, you've got your washer for your back, and you've also got your speeds on your wipers. Moving on to here, you've got your different light settings, and you've also got your indicators and your main beam. So to start her up, put the key in, turn it until these red lights come on. You'll hear the heaters come on. I'll just turn them off. You can leave them on. Wait a couple of seconds and then turn it. And that's pretty much it. Starts first time every time. Just make sure you do turn it, wait a bit for the glow plugs to warm up. Inside here, cabin noise is all right. It's not too bad. And I'll just open the door so you can hear what's like. Again, so you've got this big steering wheel here. Really nice big steering wheel. I love these old steering wheels. I think they look really good. You see the indicator there. It's not amazing, but from the front it's a lot better. So don't worry too much about that. I think just the way it's sort of shielded on this side. And yeah, heating. So you've got your top heating, bottom heating. You've also got this down here for the back passengers. One setting, can't really hear it. Second setting, even more. And then you've got this, which is for your demisters. So before we go on to the engine compartment and some cool tips and tricks from what you can do with the bonnet, I've just going to talk to you quickly about the guide price in the UK at the moment. The date is now July the 10th, 2020. These prices will go up and down, obviously. Hopefully they'll keep going up once you've all purchased one, so our investment will be safe. And obviously in the US, and if you've got a left-hand drive vehicle, the price is completely different, so just sort of ignore it. But just so you've got an idea of what it's like in the UK, G-Wagons in the UK start off at about £10,000. Now, what sort of G-Wagon you'll get for £10,000 is a different thing, okay? You potentially may get one which has been updated, where they've tried to update it and they've done a really shoddy job of it. You may get one which is riddled with rust, but it's still sort of running. One which, when G-Wagons went down a lot and everyone wanted the new best thing, didn't realise how good these 460s and 461s are. Like, it's just all mechanical and really reliable and nothing really goes wrong. Then, you know, people were buying them for 4 or 5 grand, abused them on a farm, and then a lot of them survived, and now people are trying to buy them, you know, and now the price has gone up. So I think they start off about £10,000. However, if you want an all right one in good condition, you're probably looking at spending £17,000 to be quite honest. If you want one which is an immaculate one, you'd be looking at about £20,000 to £25,000. And all these cars I'm talking about are right-hand drive, by the way. So you know, if it's an import, they'll obviously be less, vice versa. And then something which is really weird about G-Wagons, if they have the different back doors or something's completely different about them, like they were used for something, that's when the price can really go up. So I don't know if you've seen the split doors on the back, they will be worth quite a bit. Yeah, so it's a weird market at the moment. I don't know how much it is in the US. In fact, I'd really like it if someone in the comments who just did but someone who knows what they're talking about just puts a vague price bracket on how much they're worth. Now, a bit of advice: if you are looking at buying a G-Wagon to update to look like a new one, I don't see why you'd want to, because I think this is fantastic. What you need to do is buy one which someone's already spent a little bit of money into it, because you'll spend an absolute fortune on painting it black, tinting the windows, putting new alloys on it, and even if they've done a shoddy job, it's still cheaper to do it that way. So, you know, if they've done a good job on the outside and the interior's whack, then just buy it and then just do the interior. But some people charge far too much for their G-Wagons, which have been done up to look new. But that's just a bit of advice. Something I forgot to mention is these seats. So I'll quickly show you the back of the car and how to get into it. Then we'll go on to the engine, and then I'll close the video. So just that toggle down there, lift it up. This is where the jack would go, but also the jack can be by the battery. Mine's getting rebuilt at the moment. I'm rebuilding it, so I did a video on that. Dog lead, sorry about that. Either side you've got these ashtrays. You see them? Nice padded seats as well, and just really comfortable. It's for 3 people, but there is a lot of room in there. A lot of people who I've ever taken out, if I've taken out third person, they like to sit here and they're nice and high and they can see out, and it's like they're almost with us. But yeah, it's quite cool in the back. Sorry about the mess again. So just down here is the hook, along with the original toolkit. I've done a video on how to clean all that up. That's just kept under here, and actually you do get quite a lot of stuff with this. Another thing I find about the toolkit is actually it's designed to actually fix the car, whereas new ones are just designed so you can get to a garage and they can fix it for you and charge you an extortionate amount. And also, this didn't have a Haynes manual, however the actual owner's manual is fairly helpful. So yeah, anyway, a little hook here, just pull it. On the UK ones, it's on this side. I presume it's on this side as well on any other ones. Down here you've got a little clip that's just situated here, and you just push up on it. Now you can either put up using this thing, or if you'd be really careful, and I'll just put the phone there while I do it, I'll show you what to do. See, if you're careful, you can actually do this and not use that, and rest it on this rubber bit here. You see it's clear of the windscreen and the hinges go all the way back. Now that's a really good thing, because when you do use this, even though it's high, it's still hard to get in. But yeah, we'll just quickly talk about the engine now. So you've got the air filter here, and as you can see, look how high that is. compared to the car. It literally sits about here, so that's always good. And then it's also manifold as well on this car's high, which both them factors will help the will help it when wading. Now, this looks different to the 300 GD you're probably likely to buy, and I'll explain why. This has got a turbocharger in there, and essentially all this area here looks fairly similar to what it would do, except for you wouldn't have this pipe here, and you wouldn't have this pipe or this pipe. It would literally go straight over, and you'd have a lot more room here. Okay. Now, a lot of people, I have seen someone on one of the American videos say, oh yeah, there's no room to put anything in it. Now, there definitely is room. There's actually a lot of room in there to put a turbo, especially on this side, and that's the side you want the turbo on, because you want it next to the air, you want it next to the exhaust, so you can run it straight off an aftermarket exhaust manifold. And you can then also chuck an intercooler in here, which I have got. So radiator, happy. Then in front you can see the intercoolers here and ends here, so it does fit in if that's something you want to do, and I would recommend doing that as well, for some much needed power. Now, moving around, the engine is quite big. Now, this doesn't look as big as it actually is, by the way. So if we come back, it just looks like a big engine, but actually, if you look at the engine down here and then to the actual car, it finishes about this sort of level here. Yeah, about this level, because then it bolts onto the gearbox about there. All right, so it is quite a big unit. Sorry about the fingers. And yeah, it's just a really nice big motor. Something I'd look at if you were to buy, just make sure all this is all rust free, because this is where some of the suspension unit bolts onto, and if that is looking like it's got cracks and stuff, then it will fail an MOT. Yeah, rocker cover. I quite like this old school look with the Mercedes badge. This will get a good clean at some point. I'll do a video on that as well. And yeah, it's just a really nice motor. Big battery. It does need a big battery. These do soak up a lot of power when they're getting started up. So yeah, other than that, I don't really know what else to say. I will be answering questions inside the comment section. Please, can someone put the US buying specs, how much they are? Yeah, so sorry about that. It started chucking down with rain, so I'll finish off the video here. So yeah, any more questions or anything anyone wants me to video on, then please put in the comments. Also, we'll be doing a walk around on the Spitfire when the weather is looking better, and some other bits and bobs. I'm going to do another review on the Spitfire, tell everyone what sort of problems I've encountered, some sort of advice as well I can give. The other bits and bobs I'm going to be covering soon is obviously how to rebuild the bottle jack, and I'm going to go, once all this blows over, the COVID stuff, I'm going to be going off-road with a couple of mates. They've all got different 4x4s, so that should be quite good to see how a classic G-Wagon performs against some of the newer vehicles. But yeah, thanks again. Please make sure you like and subscribe, as it really helps. And I'm going to put a little clip of me going past a bus in the G-Wagon so you can hear that lovely engine note.